Yeah, hi there. These comments are for AH, and I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL iBT. And you answered integrated speaking practice test number 1, so you don't need to send me a script of what you said. I should be able to understand what you're saying by the speaking response. So there's no need to send me that. All right, so here we go.
And the speaker gave many examples.
I would say the speaker gives. So you want to put the third person S there so we know that is a singular verb that you're using to explain that information.
Of how the advertising affect a person's behavior. The reading passage contains that is obvious that advertising influences people's behavior since there are so many TV and radio ads today. The advertising.
But how does it affect people's behavior? It affects people's behavior politically, right? So that is an important point that you want to make, a point that you're not making. If you look at your topic statement, I wouldn't just say that the reading and the speaker give many examples of how advertising affects a person's behavior. That doesn't really frame your response. Now, if you say the reading passage discusses the political effects of advertising and the listening passage discusses its economic effects, if you say it like that, then you have a very clear purpose. Your organization is very clear, and we know what the main point is in the reading passage and the lecture.
Can affect people to vote.
Nah, you're pausing too much. This is killing your speaking and your pronunciation. You cannot pause that many times when you're speaking. So you want to go to pronunciation lessons 41 through 44. These are very good lessons to help you improve what's called thought groups and blending. This is an important area that you need to improve in right now.
For the protocol content, the speaker gave yet another effect of advertising. It affects people economically.
It's not exercising, it's advertising. You want to focus on advertising.
The advertising may be good or bad. As a result, consumers should now more aware of how it works. Finally, the reading and the talk urge that advertising has
advertising.
Protocol and
you're saying exercising. It's advertising. Advertising.
economic effects on people's lives. Thank you.
All right, and thank you for completing the response. Now let's take a look at your response here. So I'm going to go ahead and you actually wrote it down. Now it's taken you way too long to get your ideas out here. Your recording was like 1 minute and 36 seconds. So let me show you something here for just a second. So I'm going to get the here we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read what you said. Now, I want you to practice with me, too. So I'm going to read it one time. Then I want you to use my recording and practice what you're saying several times. And actually, it might not be a bad idea for you right now to... I disagree with what I said earlier. By writing out what you're saying and giving it to me, it can help me help you with your pronunciation because you got a lot of trouble right now. Big trouble. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and read it. 3, 2, 1. The reading and the speaker give many examples of how advertising affects a person's behavior. The reading passage contends that it is obvious that advertising influences people's behavior since there are so many TV and radio ads today. The advertising can affect people to vote for a particular candidate. The speaker gives yet another effect of advertising. It affects people economically. The advertising might be good or bad. As a result, consumers should know more about how it works. In conclusion, the reading and the talk argue that advertising has political and economic effects on people's lives. There. So that took 42.3 seconds. It took you over a minute and at least 15 seconds to say the same thing. Now, why is that? Because when I was reading, I didn't pause after every word. I grouped words into what's called thought groups. Then I had a pause. And within the thought group, I'm using what's called blending within the thought group. So I think the main thing for you right now, you need to work a lot on your pronunciation. You're simply not comfortable speaking English. So what do you do today? When somebody comes up to you, tries to speak to you in your own language, don't do it. Tell them, say, hey, I need speaking practice. Michael says I need to improve my speaking and my pronunciation. So what you're going to do is speak English all day. Spend a lot of time watching TV, listen to the radio, watch movies. Even reading the newspaper is going to be important because your grammar sometimes is a little bit simple. You need to work on combining your sentences a little bit more. All right, now the next thing is, what is your score? What does it mean here? Not good, I'll be honest with you. So here, I'm going to put you at 1.83 out of 4, or 14 points out of 30. Now, for the purposes of our class, okay, you got 1.83. That's going to put you at 65% on this assignment. So what you need to do, I think, in order to score higher on the next practice test, now the next practice test is going to be more difficult than this one because it's more academic. This one was actually easy. You need to work a little bit better on your introduction. Keep it short. Make sure you state the main point in the reading passage in the lecture and show what the relationship is. That's important. And then follow that type of organization. And you also need to work on your pronunciation specifically. I think you can work in two areas. Intonation, so you can go to pronunciation lessons 36 through 40. You can start going through those lessons. And also you need to work on thought groups and blending. That means pronunciation lessons 41 through 44. You need to really practice these lessons. I recommend that you read out loud with me as you go through the videos because that's going to really help you with your pronunciation. Alrighty, anyway, thank you very much for completing the integrated speaking practice test.